Good morning and thanks for joining us at 7 a.m. It's Monday, May 19th. I'm Tracey McCain.
And I'm Caitlin Francis. We're tracking all of your headlines locally and nationally here this morning. But before we get to that, we need to track our forecast here on our Monday back to work, back to school. Scot Haney is here with the very latest.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Jill Gilardi has the day off today, so I'm going to be filling in on the Wax and at noon.
Oh, wow.
So
look at you.
I'm doing all the shows today except Young and the Restless.
Okay.
Which you could easily start.
Thank you. I appreciate that. First alert, live radar dry. Satellite and radar shows a storm system to the north and east. That is going to be moving away. We're on the back side of it. You can see that northwesterly flow that's going to be impacting us during the day today. It's going to be a bit breezy, if not downright windy. Visibility at a perfect 10. Futurecast tomorrow's weather today keeps us high and dry today. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we start to welcome in some scattered showers. Here we go with those scattered showers. And then Thursday, whoa, hello, you big loser. It comes on in and it brings us rain and brings us wind from the north and to the east. So it's looking like a classic storm system on Thursday. We get a little bit better for Friday and into the weekend, but we got to get through Thursday first. Let's get through today, one of the nicer days of the next 7, with temperatures falling short of the normal. We'll be in the upper 60s today, and the normal high is 73 with abundant sunshine. Enjoy the day. Your 7-day forecast is coming up in just a bit. In the meantime, Kate, good morning.
All right. Good morning, Scott. Good morning, everyone. 7:02 here. If you're heading out the door, your drive times not looking bad. Normal delays. You can see more than a 100-minute ride there. 95 southbound New Haven to the George Washington Bridge. No crashes, though. Look at that bright sunshine in Hartford, 91 north and southbound right by exit 32A and B. Live look in Vernon along 84 east and westbound. Middletown along Route 9. We've got abundant sunshine there. Grab the sunglasses. Watch out for some sun glare. And in Meriden, 691 east and westbound as well. Light traffic volume through those stretches. But again, still dealing with this first alert in Bristol, School Street. That's along Route 72, closed between West Street and North Main Street due to an earlier fire. That fire's been knocked down. Thankfully, no injuries were reported. But if you're looking for the full details on that story, check the WFSB app. Rest of the state, again, lots of construction that we expect to be set up through those daytime hours between about 8 and 9 o'clock. I'll get you another update in just a few. Let's quick check at your Connecticut Chevy First Alert traffic report driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
All right, we're on top of developing news right now where former President Joe Biden and his family are reviewing treatment options to battle his prostate cancer diagnosis.
A statement from the former president says he has an aggressive form of the disease. Now, local and national leaders, including President Donald Trump and Connecticut Governor Ned Lamont, have offered well wishes to the Biden family.
All right, let's get to some of the questions you might have about the former president's diagnosis. The doctors diagnosed the former president with an aggressive form of the disease because a large portion of his cells do not look normal. They tested samples for 2 parts of his body. One sample received the worst score. The other received the second worst score. Now, in terms of treatment, doctors say the goal is to control the disease and preserve quality of life because of the former president's age.
We're approaching 7:04 here on your Monday, and on top of developing news in Ledyard here this morning, where crews responded to a mobile home fire on Rosemary Court.
Mercy Jones is your reporter on scene, talking with neighbors about what they saw.
Kate, Tracy, you can still smell the burnt material out here. You can still see the water in the roads and the foam. I do want to step out of the way because since we last checked in with you, a utility vehicle as well as another vehicle have pulled up, unfortunately blocking some of the damage that is done to that mobile home there that the fire tore through. But they're obviously here to shut off power and to make sure everything is safe. Now, this clearly is unlivable at this time. We spoke to a neighbor named Anthony. He told us he woke up to fire trucks all up and down the street around 2:33 this morning. He came over to see what was going on. He saw a woman crying on the phone walking away from the area. Now, we're still working to get more information, like if anybody was home at the time, if there were any injuries to be reported, and what exactly caused this fire. As soon as we get any more information, we'll bring that to you. But for now, that's the latest. Your reporter in Ledyard, Mercy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Right now, for that Channel 3 exclusive that you need to know about this morning, we've been reporting how large teams of criminals are ripping off major retailers.
But state police last year, they say they busted a member of one of these organized theft rings. And now they're giving us an inside look at the stolen items and how they're being used to help others. Your reporter Roger Susannon has been in New Haven this morning breaking down the details.
Good morning, ladies. And this is a wild story that we're very happy to say has a happy ending. But first and foremost, you're never going to believe this alleged thief's day job. It was owning and operating this bodega on Davenport Avenue. And police say he stole nearly $40,000 in items along with an organized theft ring. And then he was selling it all right here until, of course, police busted him. Now, I want you to take a look at your screen right now at this seemingly endless line of bottles of detergent and other everyday items, all part of this exclusive look we're getting at all of this stolen loot. Now, we captured this video right outside a state police storage facility. Of course, we can't tell you where it's located or even show you the faces of the undercover officers who recovered it because we don't want any crooks out there to target the building or, of course, those officers. But we can tell you police say that William Morrell and the organized theft ring that he was part of stole all of the items that you see on your screen at big box stores across Connecticut, including places like Target, Home Depot, and Walmart. And now, though, the investigation is closed, and state police are transforming this evidence into something really amazing. They're donating all of the items to local women's shelters, which the troopers involved say it makes it feel like all of their efforts are really paying off.
And then this is a perfect case where we did great police work, but also that police work was able to benefit a women's shelter.
William Morrell still faces a bunch of serious charges, including being an accessory to organized theft. And by the way, throughout the day here on Eyewitness News, we're going to let you hear from some of the groups who are being positively impacted by this situation. Reporting in New Haven this morning, I'm your reporter Roger Suzanin, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Well, this morning, one woman in Waterbury is fighting for her life after she was shot on Waterville Street and took herself to the hospital. The 26-year-old was in critical condition when she arrived, and we're working to get an update on her condition right now. Police have not identified a suspect at this time.
Happening today, town leaders in Bethany will be meeting following last week's shocking reports about the town's first selectwoman. Both Democrats and Republicans say she should be resigning for failing to report alleged sex abuse involving children at a town camp. That report found she failed to remove a town employee charged with abusing 5 young girls. We are still waiting on a response from the first selectwoman this morning.
Right now, a medical facility in North Canaan is allowed to reopen following a hazmat scare last week, and it comes after a suspicious package was left at the facility. Town officials say that substance did not grow over 2 days of testing, and they're still investigating what that substance contains. Happening today, thousands of nursing home and group home workers will rally at the state capitol ahead of a potential strike next week. That strike was supposed to start today, but the union says they're holding off until next Tuesday until Governor Lamont meets with them. Dozens of nursing homes will lose their nurses if they do go on strike.
Also happening today, Pratt & Whitney workers will lose their health care benefits if they do not end their strike. The company says striking workers are not eligible for pay or benefits. They gave those striking workers 2 weeks to find other options. Workers say they'll stay on the picket lines until their demands are met. And happening today, General Dynamic workers will be on the job after reaching a tentative contract agreement to avoid a strike there. Thousands of workers threatened to start striking today if the two sides couldn't reach an agreement. The union says the contract includes wage increases of 30%, and union members must now vote on that.
All right, important news for today for parents in Colchester. Public schools there will be delayed 2 hours because of electrical issues and a power outage at the elementary school. This impacts all Colchester public school students, not just students at the elementary school, plus all preschool classes are now canceled. Happening today, New Haven's mayor will officially announce a new effort to keep kids safe on school buses. If passed, cameras would be installed on buses to catch drivers who pass them while they're stopped, which of course is illegal. Violators could face up to $250 in fines.
All right, 7:09 is now the time. Let's take you town by town. Temperatures are going to be a little shy of the normal. 73 is the normal daytime high. We're going to be about 10 to 12 degrees cooler than that in northwest Connecticut. You'll notice lower 60s. Mid to upper 60s in inland Connecticut, 67, 68, not out of the realm of possibility. And then we move you to northeast Connecticut, where it's a little bit cooler there as well. We'll take you to the shoreline now. With a northwesterly flow, the temperatures along the shoreline are going to get a little bit milder than in inland Connecticut. 70 degrees with bright golden sunshine. A beautiful day of weather today. Get out there and enjoy it. It is one of the nicer of the next 7. And speaking of the next 7, I'll be back with your 7-day forecast coming up in just a bit.